Book of Shadows YouTube channel, and today's video I want to go over something that I think is really important, and that is the mysteries and the origins of a language. Because the history of language is the history of human expression, of our spirit. As consciousness evolved in humans, language evolved. And originally, language emerged because of a need to communicate and to create a unified idea in a community where survival was necessary. So language was used to convey an instinct for survival, to say there's fire over there, it's dangerous over there, don't go that way. And when we speak, speech is it's vibration, and when we're speaking, we're actually charging the air particles around us with certain tones and vibrations. And so we're literally just right now, by speaking, it's magic, We have this incredible ability, and this ability is something that allowed humans to evolve and to develop an entirely new world outside of the natural matrix from whence this language originated, out of a need for survival and protection in a community. So, as language evolved, civilization evolved. But the expression that is coming through the language and through the written word is an expression of our DNA, of our most primordial self. So understanding the true story behind what's happened with the languages and the writing systems and the symbols helps you understand the true history of your DNA, what really happened to us. Because like I said, as civilization progressed, the original ideas or the original spirits became basically trapped inside of these linguistic systems. And these systems grew more and more complicated. And so it's important to remember ourselves as original beings, as these vibrations of spirit on the earth. And that's the power of great storytelling, because it plugs us right back into this original aspect of who we are. But I'm speaking English, and English is a perfect example of a broken language. Because these original vibrations, these original spirits were broken down and cut down, and this was done intentionally. Because as these languages and these societies evolved, the control of the language and of the written word became an instrument of controlling and enslaving the mind. Because our minds function through the language. We think in English, we dream in English, or whatever language we speak. So if you can control that language, then you can control the mind. And that's exactly what's been done. This was dark priestcraft. And They're literally telling you that they did this in the Old Testament with the story of the Tower of Babel. You know, the God in the Old Testament knew that there existed this unified harmonic language, and we're going to talk about what that language really is. But in order to distract people away from the powerful potential that it possessed, these other languages were created to divide and confuse. And so we find ourselves divided and confused. And we forget that inside of us is the original word or utterance or Om. And I think the Om symbol is a powerful symbol of creation. But to me, if you really look at it, it looks like a set of lips emitting some sort of vibration or word or spirit. And that's what we're doing when we're talking, when we're singing, when we're chanting, when we're humming or whistling. We're emitting a spirit, a vibration. So we have to know that these languages, these alphabets, these tools that we use to communicate are actually doctored. That they've been doctored actually in a way to try to pull us actually more and more away from our original self, from the true word. But the real language is a vibration, and it's a vibration of the heart. And if you can tune into that, if you can learn how to express that, then you speak God's language. Then you speak the language of nature. The true expression, the one expression that we are all fragmented parts of. And through that mode of communication, when the heart and the mind are in alignment, because what's happened is that those two forces have been taken out of alignment. With all these linguistic systems, all these modes of confusion and distraction has disaligned minds from the heart. And that's why I've said in previous videos, come home. Home. Om, where the heart is. If you can do that, then you can really start to see how everything is a fragment of the one. That nature is always speaking. It's always communicating with us, but not in English. And so that's why I wanted to make this video, because things that I'm trying to convey and the truths that I'm trying to convey have to work through a certain medium. And obviously that medium is the language. So a better understanding of that language would be and is very beneficial. And I mean, this is only scratching the surface. If you're really interested, you can really do a deep dive on etymology, on the history of the written word, on the symbols and how they all connect. And again, it all does connect. But you have to start looking through a different lens rather than just the fragmented intellect which is functioning through that language. But it has to be, again, it's about aligning with the heart. And that's the key to, that is one of the keys to this existence, is bringing your mind and your heart into a state of alignment. So, thank you for listening. I hope this was enlightening in some way, and I hope you have a beautiful day or evening whenever or wherever you're listening. And thank you, and we'll be back with more.